Hey, this is Rob Anspach, and welcome back to another edition of E-Heroes for those keeping count. This is episode 257, and we're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about engagement. And so I brought on another social media expert. Everybody says, "Hey, Rob, you're an expert." I can be sometimes, but it's always good to hear someone else's viewpoint on how they do things, and how they do things might be better for you. Who knows? But we're going to find out. So my next guest is Katie Middleton, and she's a royal out of Dallas, Texas.
Thank you, Rob.
Or maybe not such a royal, but no relation.
Yes.
No, but you've been doing social probably for as long as I have, and you've seen some changes. And
Yeah.
I think the big thing that people want to know, especially with all the changes that are happening, is engagement. I mean, engagement, I've noticed over the last few years, has tanked so dramatically that people are like, well, I'd rather just go off my porch and start yelling at people because I can get better engagement than posting every day on social media.
hmm Yeah, I've seen it a lot too. It's wild, and when it seems like when people do find a way to get engagement, it changes the next week or
Hmm.
the next month. Um, so it's hard to keep up with. And I've heard that's a lot of people's biggest problem
Hmm.
is it's hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
Um, So with you on that,
You
it
know,
has tanked a lot.
and I'm not big on what they call shit posting. It's when you take a bunch of posts and you just slam social media with them,
hmm
one every 5-10 minutes. And
I
you do
agree on
that
that.
every day. And I look at those and I'm going, good Lord, don't they have anything else to do? Don't they have clients? Are they just, and granted, I do have a lot of stuff on auto post, which means I use a service called Social Bee.
hmm
And it's kind of like Hootsuite or any other ones that people use. And I can auto post just like that.
Sure.
However, I found that posting 1 or 2 times a day is all I need. That daily
I agree.
content that goes out. Um,
I think the
oh,
audience, I'm with you on the shit posting. It's like I think the audience will kind of get tired of seeing posts and then seeing posts that aren't meant for them
right.
or that aren't targeted to them, something that they would be interested in at all. And so they eventually just start ignoring the post and you get
Mhm.
less engagement. So like you said, once, twice a day, even I'd say even 3 or 4 times a week sometimes,
Yeah.
because people are like, oh, where have you been for a couple days?
Yeah.
And they like to see what you're up to. So 100% with you on
Yeah.
that.
When I launch another book, I might increase the frequency of posts to, a
For
couple
sure.
times a day, just to let people know, hey, I have another book. Although after 40 books, they're like, Rob, what? You got another book? Can you stop? We haven't even written our first book yet. Yeah. But yeah, it, I don't know. And then the whole thing with Facebook or Meta with their Instagram threads that they
Oh
came
yeah.
out with. Everybody jumped on that bandwagon and started posting.
hmm
And then 3 days later, it's like it's a ghost
And
town.
then it's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Completely over. They just wanted to get their followers real quick and then leave.
right. And Twitter now charging companies like SocialBee and all these other places. They're charging them to use their API. Um,
hmm
and I noticed a drop in how many of my posts get scheduled through my scheduler being accepted by Twitter anymore.
By Twitter. And then
And
they went off and changed their name.
yeah, now it's X, and it's like it's so stupid. And
Yeah.
I think that we after some, because I joined LinkedIn, I think in 2007, 2000, something like that. LinkedIn was one of my first. I think Plaxo was first, and nobody even remembers that. So then it became, now it's. Then I joined LinkedIn and Facebook, and
hmm
I can't tell you the amount of social networks that I've joined, and over the last decade, and they've crumbled.
Yeah.
It's like
Is
starting all over again.
Yeah. And it's just another platform for people to get on
Right.
and see the same stuff they're seeing on the other platforms.
Yeah.
So it's tiring, really, I'm
Right.
sure.
And so we have all that confusion, and it goes back to engagement. We're not getting the engagement we once had. And it's not that the marketers killed it. You know,
Right.
we want to inform our clients, we want to educate them, and we want to entertain them,
Hmm.
but it's just noise. It
Yeah.
becomes noise.
And then maybe it could be that decision fatigue, with
Mhm.
all the different platforms and stuff that people are going on. Hey, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on Threads, they're on,
Right.
this, that, and the other. So by the time it comes to actually reading a post or actually taking action on something or um, engaging in something, it's just kind of like, oh, cool, I read that, scroll,
Yeah. Hmm.
um,
I've
because their
been
brain's just done.
right. I've been getting to the point where I've been telling clients, look, you know what, we can post for you. We can post all these different socials. However, why not just be inclusive to one social network? And they're like, well, yeah, but which one? And that becomes, the question of the day. Which
Hmm.
one do you get the best response from? I found that I can post all day to Facebook, and I'm going to get somebody that you know says, hey, hi, comments or clicks like.
Hmm.
But LinkedIn is where all my commercial, I can't say commercial, but the business to business is, whereas Facebook is friends, family.
Hmm.
So where do I want to drive that traffic? Do I want more business and go to LinkedIn and see if
Right.
I can strike up conversations with fellow entrepreneurs? Or do I go to Facebook, and maybe some of them are entrepreneurs, but
Hmm.
by and large, it's just, that conversation that doesn't really happen.
Yeah. I find I need to be on LinkedIn more. I'm actually not on LinkedIn as much as I should be. I play around on Facebook more,
Hmm.
Facebook groups, Facebook, but that's kind of where I started. So it's kind of where I gravitate to. So I see a lot more on my side on Facebook. Um, but that being said, I'm not as active on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. And even Facebook groups are being monitored by Facebook's,
hmm
fact
it,
checkers. And
group engagement's gone
right,
great.
group
So low
engagement
now.
is so low, but also I've seen people get suspended from their own groups, and then
Yes,
they
after
can't pay post.
yeah, after they've built a group over what 100,000 people or something, it's gone, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's so scary, um, and it can be over anything.
Yeah,
There, the comments can be considered bullying if you call someone, "Hey, you're a beast."
yeah.
I've seen that, so
I
it's
had uh,
crazy.
I had a meme that I shared back in 2015, and I wanted to reshare it. And it was, sometimes somebody needs a high five in the face with a chair. Facebook didn't find that funny,
Really?
although although it was highly funny in 2015. So I got suspended from my own group for 24 hours.
That's horrible. So I'm a part of some meme groups that share memes like that, and they constantly go in and say, "Hey, just in case we get banned, here's this other group." And
Yeah,
so everybody goes and joins the other group just real quick because the
yeah,
moment Facebook really sees it, it's over.
yeah. And here's the kicker is that um, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the social networks are not owned by we as entrepreneurs. They're not our platform. So no matter what we
True.
say, no matter if it's in good taste or not, if someone gets
Hmm.
offended, we could get kicked off of that platform that
Hmm.
we helped build for that social network. So
Yeah.
why not bring them back into your website? Why not bring them back into the blogs that you've written, if you've written
Hmm.
and you post
Yeah.
it on your, that's what I've been encouraging my clients for the last 5 years to do.
Hmm.
Drive people back to your own website, your own content, your own platform.
I like that.
Whether you have a blog, whether you have posts, whether you have a website of some sort,
Hmm.
everything that you do has to drive people back to your platform. And people are like, well, that's a lot of work. Why can't we just post to Facebook? Our clients are here. Okay. Are you going to ban yourself from your own stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many great things out now with, create your own app and build your own community. And I mean, there's it's insane the amount of things that are out there that you could really truly create within, a week
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah.
It's it's wild.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about you. I mean, you're in Dallas. What got you
Yes.
started in social media?
Um, Really what got me started in social media, I had always wanted to do something online. Always. I was always trying to figure out, even the Yahoo chat rooms, AIM, building little HTML websites, like what can I do? What can I sell? What can I bring? What can I eventually it ended up coming to I was a DJ for a little while and started my own entertainment company with my partner at the time. We were doing DJ photo booth in a local area, and we just weren't getting our leads in as fast. I
Mhm.
had built a website and got us, up on SEO, got on the Google My Business, and a really local area. So I was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna hit Facebook. Start doing, some Facebook posts and start trying to figure out human behavior on Facebook. That's
Mhm.
my thing. What do people like? What makes people feel good and want to share something and want to tag you and want to um, pretty much engage and reach out for leads without you really having to sell? What
Mhm.
makes people come to you? So a lot of testing, a lot of trial and error, a lot of figuring things out for my own company page on Facebook, trying to build my entertainment company. So when I did that, it grew. At the time, it grew up to 3,000 organic followers, which in a small area that I was in for a while, that was a lot, and people were tagging themselves because we were sharing photos, of them, of the clients, of the events, of what was going on, and people loved it. And so from there, people were just reaching out in the DMs. It's like you don't even have to say, "Hey, we have this special," and "Hey, we have that." It's this is who we are, and they
Mhm.
see you, and then you have that recognition, and people recognize it, and it's awesome. But that's really how I got started in it, and really, really, really studying behavior on
Mhm.
social media. Um, so
Yeah.
it was kind
Yeah.
of all
It's
over from there.
and I think that's what a lot of marketers uh, fail to do. You know, they jump on social media thinking, oh, this is easy. Everybody's
Hmm.
doing it. I could just post. But without that human behavior that you understand,
Hmm.
you're not gonna figure out what gets people to buy.
Hmm.
And you know, in previous episodes, I've talked to other guests, and a lot of times, yeah, I'm a little older, you know, so I would go to malls, I would go to shopping malls, and just watch people, watch how
Oh
they
yeah,
purchase, watch how they're resistant to paying someone money.
it's
Just
fascinating.
just watch, and
Hmm.
they'll some people will even try to haggle, you know,
Hmm.
at a pretzel stand, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But they it's those same people that when they approach you to help them with their social, they still try
Hmm.
to haggle. They still try to
For
resist,
sure.
what you're trying to tell them.
Hmm.
And so when people understand that human psychology, that human behavior, it's a little easier to overcome those objections and get them to say yes, get them to hand you money willingly. And
Right.
yeah, but the thing is that people nowadays is that they just post stupid videos on Facebook and
Hmm.
well everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they try to grow a following, which is great, but they have no idea you know, all
A
the inter
following has to do with connection
right.
and like who are your people? What's your target audience? What would they like? Like if you were this person, would you look at your post? Would you like it? Would
Hmm.
you share it? Would
Right.
you reach out to that person? Don't make it so much about, hey, I'm selling a product.
Yeah. Or they'll say, "Hey, Rob, I
Just
want to make videos that go viral." Why?
yeah,
And they have no
yes.
answer from that
There's no
after.
purpose.
Yeah. Because
100%.
I've seen videos that have gone viral, and people are like, "Well, yeah, I got a viral video." Okay, how much were you able to go to the bank with?
What did it
I'm
do
like,
for you? What
they're
was the
like, "Well, I
purpose of
didn't
that?
make any money on it." Oh, yeah. So you just got bragging rights. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just
And maybe some followers that are never going to buy from you
right,
because it wasn't targeted to the right people.
right. And so I always encourage any of my followers that if you're going to make videos, don't do them for the purpose of going viral. Do it
Hmm.
for the purpose of educating one person
Yep.
who's going to hire you.
Yep.
And if you can focus your video on just answering one question, you know, it, I always say turn your frequently asked questions into video. So one question, one video, keep it 5 minutes or less, or nowadays it's 1 minute or less because we have the attention span of a fish. Um,
Yes. Thank
you
you,
know,
TikTok.
TikTok, shorts on YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, but even if you can make videos and get them out there, you're
Hmm.
educating those people who are really searching for you, and
Who
those are
need
the
you?
ones that you're going to make money on. The
Yes.
viral video isn't going to do anything for you.
Right. It's like those are the people that you are going to help too. It's
Right.
like, do you also want to help people? Because what is this about for you?
Yeah.
Like it's really that bigger thing, like you said, the big purpose, the
Yeah. And then they get scared. They're like, well, but I need a haircut, or I need my teeth brushed, or my face doesn't look good. I'm like,
mm-mm.
they're all excuses. I mean,
Yeah.
I've made over 1,000 videos, and they're
Mhm.
like, yeah, but we don't have your personality. And I'm like,
Mhm.
look, I didn't have any of that either.
Yeah,
But you get better as you go along. And
you do.
my first 100 videos, okay, 200 videos sucked. Keep making more.
And yeah. Right.
So
And I
people are
think
crazy.
people like seeing you grow too.
Yeah.
And I think they like seeing that because they can also relate to it and connect with you in that
Hmm.
way. Because I also find a lot of the professional videos and professional photos and professional stuff like that that people put out doesn't get as much engagement
Right.
as the real ones, as the, hey, I'm gonna put up my phone right now and just take a selfie or take a video real quick and put it on my stories.
Hmm.
Like I find that even gets more engagement because people are like, oh, it's a real person.
Right.
They're
And
not just making a video and paying a
right.
videographer to do.
And the best videos on TikTok, and I'm going to use my client Jocelyn Stewart as an example because she had made a lot of professional videos, and they did okay, but they didn't do what she really wanted them to do, which was to build a following. And
Hmm.
I said, look, you have a phone, you
Hmm.
know, make short videos, tell your stories. I said, you have incredible stories, and she's a military lawyer. She helps our,
Oh wow.
U.S. soldiers when they get incriminated on things that, they did or didn't do. But anyway,
Hmm.
so she went to TikTok and she started sharing these stories out. And October of 2022, so not even a year ago, she launched her channel, and now she has 80,000 followers,
Wow.
and she gets a multitude of consultations every week
So
just
cool.
from TikTok. And so we're producing her next book, sharing some of these stories. And she put a
It's so cool.
pre-orders out on TikTok, and she's already gotten pre-orders, and we haven't even gotten the book finished yet.
That's so amazing. And
So
it just
it's
goes to
that
prove,
power of just being real, just sharing your
be
story,
yourself.
be
Hmm.
yourself, and you don't have to overproduce your videos.
No, and you don't have to be all professional, rah rah all the time. Just
Right.
be yourself, and your people will come.
You know, and for me, you know, I tried to be very PC. I tried to be very, you know, not so condescending, and I dropped my ego a bit, and I wanted people to, hey, Rob, you just this nice guy. I'm going to buy your books,
Hmm.
and it worked for a time, but it wasn't the real me.
Yeah,
And so
and then you kind of lose it after a while.
when I started sharing more sarcasm, and the whole Rob versus book series is
Hmm.
uh, all sarcasm, and people are like, wow, you are so funny. Let me buy your books, and business started booming.
Yeah,
And
people love it.
yeah, so when you stop being who you want other people to be and just be yourself,
Hmm.
that's when things are going to take off for you, and that's when you're
100%
going to
agree.
see real engagement.
100% agree. It's, I mean, that relatable factor, because everyone else wants to be themselves too online, but they
Hmm.
also have the same think that, oh, I have to be professional, I have to be nice, I have to be this or that and the other. And so it's like them watching you do it
Hmm.
makes them feel more confident in themselves
Right.
too. So it's it's really amazing to watch
You know, and you know,
see that happen.
I watched. I saw one of your last posts, and you were telling people more about you. You know, your
Hmm.
history, you know, and how you got started and where you came from, and I think that makes people bond with you better because they can see the relevancy in who you are and where they came from.
Hmm.
And they can see your struggles and all the things that you've done to get to where you are, and they can feel that story, you know, and they trust you better,
Hmm. Agree.
you know. So you know, I know you're not big on LinkedIn, and but are there other networks that you're better at besides Facebook?
Um, Facebook is my biggest thing. I do Facebook. I also do a lot of blogs and stuff like that. I'm starting I'm starting to try and figure out Twitter a little more. Um, I've seen some people that have done very well there,
Hmm.
so I'm kind of interested in that. Um, but really, my main thing is Facebook, blogs, and stuff like that.
And so it goes
But
back to, you know, you focus on where your audience is,
yeah.
and that's where you feel comfortable. That's where you're going to keep driving traffic. And so
Hmm.
all those people out there, I want you to take note because yes, you can be on all these social channels, but how much time do you have?
Hmm.
I mean, if you just focus your energy on one thing and just tell people, hey, look, I'm not on any of those other things. Just find me on Facebook.
Yep.
If people want to know more about you,
Hmm.
they will go to where you tell
They
them to
will.
go.
They absolutely will.
Yeah. And the thing is, you see these ads all the time, and it will say, find me on Facebook. None of them ever say, find me on LinkedIn.
True.
Although, I want to show the audience is that in not that one, in long ago, this is a business card of mine. If you can see it, old photo, but it says,
Ah,
find me on LinkedIn.
yes.
Yeah.
LinkedIn for the win.
And it was a tent style card. So on one
I
side,
love it.
it says, do you
Too
want to
much
know?
motion.
Hang on here. Let me just read it to you. Do you want to know the two most important elements to make your website and social media fan pages more effective? Just flip open right now to find out. So when you flip open, it says
I
keywords
love
and
that.
content, and then it
That
goes,
is the coolest business
and
card I've ever seen.
then it says, now that you know the answer, what are you going to do right now to make your website and social media pages more effective? Yes, you could try doing it yourself, or you could save time, the hassle, and the stress, and just pick up the phone and call me. I help businesses like yours every day build trust with their followers, boost sales, and generate engagement through effective online and offline marketing solutions. And I can help you too. Then on the
That's
back side, I have my
beautiful.
phone number and have my LinkedIn. and it tell people a little bit about who I am and my website.
I love that.
That
And then it's
website,
to where you can just set it on your desk too, and it's not
right?
a flat business
The
card that
the
gets
the
lost.
the website says robanspach.com, but now it goes to my corporate company called Anspach Media, and so
I love it. That is so cool.
and although it has my cell number on here, so people
Hmm.
don't call me because I don't answer it. Uh, Go to LinkedIn.
There
But
you go.
it's funny because I would hand that card out to people and they didn't know what to do with it because they're flipping it over upside down
Hmm.
and I did get clients from it, but I
Hmm.
get more clients from my books now than and so those are my business cards.
Yep.
You know, people ask me, well, when's the last time you used a business card? I said, I don't know, decade. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Gosh, business cards. I mean, they get lost now. Easy.
Hmm.
Any business card, honestly, that I get, it's lost by the time it's in my purse. Um, and I know they used to be a great thing and probably really good at, stuff like trade shows. I remember
Hmm.
when I would do trade shows and stuff like that, it was, it was big to have a business card, a flyer, or something, but at the same time, things change.
Yeah, yeah, it's and we do more than just what was on that business card now. I mean, our company
Hmm.
does websites, we do book publishing, we do pay per click, we do all kinds of stuff. And
Hmm.
you know, although one of the things I'm trying to do is simplify a little thing, a lot of stuff where I can give, my team, look, this is the project, you guys take on it. I'm going to
Hmm.
focus on one thing and I'm going to be
Hmm.
really good at what that one thing is. You guys do the rest.
Yeah.
Because as I got older, I realized that my brain can only hold so much. I don't want to do all this stuff.
I'm there too, and I'm getting to the point where I need to really learn how to delegate.
Hmm.
Because, for a long time, that's been very hard for me because I want to take everything on and I want to be able to, do and help and be. But like you said, you can't be everything and you can't do everything. And
Right.
you especially can't be an expert
Mm.
at, at a million things.
Right.
You have to pick one thing.
Hmm. And
So, yeah.
I did a video a while ago, and I basically told people pick that one thing that you're really good at, concentrate on that, and that's where you're going to make all your money. And all the rest of this stuff can be like oh, by the way, we do this,
Hmm.
but it's not something that you want to advertise. That
Right.
one thing that you're really good at is what's going to make you the expert in your industry.
Yep. And the known and the name and the, hey, this person does this.
Right.
That's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to be known for that. And that's what gets the followers too.
Yeah. And
That's
the
what,
thing and the thing is the one thing that makes me who I am is sarcasm. And people can bond with that. And so all my
hmm.
books now are all about sarcasm.
Hmm.
When I deal with people and their business, yes, I can be very sarcastic, but those clients that have been with me for a long time know who I am, know my
Yep.
personality, know that I have their back. I'm going to make them
Yep.
money. And it still comes back to sarcasm, but
Hmm.
gotta be me.
And you're not having to adjust yourself and they're not having to adjust
Right.
themselves and try to, be this and be that because that takes a ton of energy too. Like you're just taking energy out of everything and
Yeah.
energy builds everything.
Yeah.
So,
So, so being, I'm from a very small town. I'm in Pennsylvania.
hmm.
Um, and I'm right outside of Lancaster County, which is known for the Amish. But I don't have any local clients. I mean, I did years ago when I had a cleaning business. They
Hmm.
were all local. Now nobody is local. All my clients are, all scattered all over the United States, scattered all over the world. And I like it that way. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't have to go outside and be pestered by people screaming at me, Rob, help me. No, they call me or they email me or
Hmm.
and I'm sure that's the same with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I stay in my house and my clients my clients are online. I love it. I love it that way. So I grew up in a small town too, really small. I think right now they might have 1,200 people
Wow.
in the whole city. Yeah. Hawkins, Texas. You can look it up.
Yeah, the
Um,
town the town I live in has one restaurant. There's a gas station at the restaurant. That's about it.
that's
I think we have
that sounds like how I grew up. Yeah.
we have a vet service and a post office, but
Yep.
there's basically nothing else.
There was back roads, drinking. That's about it. That's all you
Yeah.
could do.
So,
Everybody knows everybody.
how do people find you? Where do they go? Do you have a website?
Yeah, right now it's not a full website, but just thekatiemiddleton.com. Just very simple. You can reach out to me there by email, on Facebook, DM, and there's also something where you could schedule a call if you wanted to.
Nice. So it's more of a link tree or
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, just simple.
And you know the thing is that simple is sometimes better.
Hmm.
You know, it's there's not a lot of gobbledygook content that bogs people down. They just find what
Hmm.
they want. Oh, okay, she's on Facebook. Click here. Email. Click.
Yeah,
Done. WhatsApp. Click. Done. You know, schedule a consultation. Done. You know,
right. Instead of them trying to look up and figure out what do I need? What do I want? It's like, well, how about let's talk about it and figure that out.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
don't have to make that decision.
yeah,
Like,
and yeah, there is a short. I just clicked on it, and there is a you can anybody can schedule
mhm.
a 10-minute you know inquiry chat, and that's
Mhm.
probably what free. The other ones cost,
Yep.
but
Yes. Hmm.
you know, like me, you know, if you schedule whether a 30-minute or an hour, I don't waste time with all the fluffery. You
Hmm.
know, I want to get down to the nitty gritty. I want to see how we can help you the quickest. Hey,
Hmm.
it's your money you're paying, but you know,
I want that money that you paid me to make you more money. And
that's right.
like, yeah, like
Yeah,
you're gonna get an RI on that for
yeah.
sure.
So, you know, let's wrap it up with talking about ROI because I think people are a little confused with ROI on social.
Hmm.
For me, ROI on social and on blogging, I never really cared to look at the analytics, only because they give you that warm and fuzzy feeling.
Right.
Um, for me, it was always about, okay, if they're converting, if if 1,000 people looked at my blog article and five of them, you know, paid me, that's five
That's a
people I didn't
positive.
have before.
Absolutely. Hmm. That's a positive.
So, you know, I think there's a difference between, you know, return on investment and you know, conversion. And I
Hmm.
think people get them confused. And nowadays, right now, everybody's using AI to boost everything. And
Yeah.
I get it. But here's the problem: is that the AI is focused on getting sure that other machines like it are seeing your stuff.
Hmm.
Okay, that's impressions. That's you know people or machines looking at your
Yeah.
articles and your websites. But conversion is actually a human person
Yeah.
taking action and buying from you. And when
Hmm.
you're using AI to manipulate the machine, you're going to have lots of impressions,
Yeah.
very low conversion. And people are like, well,
Hmm.
why are my conversions so low? Well, get rid of the AI.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
now
Well,
your
it's the
impressions
same
and
with like
conversions
fake
go up.
followers.
Hmm.
The fake followers on Instagram is like, yeah, maybe Instagram or Facebook. I've seen it. It's like maybe, okay, great, you've got 100,000 followers now, but now you're not going to target your audience at all because it's 80,000 of those are fake, and the 20,000 that you did have aren't going to see your stuff anymore because now Facebook is going, hey, these kind of people like this,
Hmm.
so you're screwed.
Yeah.
You may get a lot of likes and impressions, like you said, but you aren't going to get your people. It's over.
There you go. So I want to thank everyone for listening and go over to thekatiemiddleton.com, schedule an inquiry or even a 30 or 60-minute consult and have Katie help you. and or you can, come to me, and I'll be sarcastic, and maybe you'll get somewhere.
Thank you, Rob.
We'll see you guys on the next episode. Adios.
Bye. Thank you.